I finally found my purpose after 40. For many years, I thought purpose was supposed to be something big, extraordinary, complicated, something you had to figure out like a puzzle or earn somehow. And honestly, that belief kept me searching instead of living. If you've been here for a while, you know bits of my story. I didn't arrive at this place easily. My life has been shaped by many events that pushed me into a healing path. Sometimes willingly, sometimes because there was no other choice. Healing was never the destination for me, but it became my passion. I entered the healing journey without knowing I would be writing about it, sharing my story, and helping people. In one of my previous episodes, where I talked about starting over after 40, 50, 60, or at any age, I shared that our greatest calling often hides behind the door we are most afraid to open. I didn't fully understand that sentence when I entered my healing journey, but I do now. Before I go any further, I want to gently pause and question some of the ideas about purpose that many of us have inherited. In the Western world, purpose is often presented as something tied to what we do, our job, productivity, usefulness, or achievements. There are concepts and models suggesting that if we align our work, our income, our daily activity, we will automatically find our purpose. But I don't fully agree with that. Some time ago, when I was reading The 7 Secrets of Happiness by Guy Brandreth, I came across this fragment. The challenge for life is to find something that you enjoy doing, something that will sustain you, distract you, and delight you when all else fails. So, purpose is not found in a job title. To me, purpose is very simple. Purpose is the reason you get up in the morning, even when life is heavy. It's what makes effort feel worthwhile. It's what gives meaning to your life. And I also learned that purpose beyond yourself heals you. When life is only about survival, we exhaust ourselves. When it's only about the self, we run in circles. But when we serve something greater, healing, love, truth, future generations, our lives expand beyond measure. So your story can be more than survival. It can be a gift. Today my purpose is clear. It's to turn my healing into something that can help others. Through writing, through creating, through sharing stories that can remind people they are not alone. A life without purpose shrinks. A life with purpose expands. So when purpose ends with you, it ends where you end. But when it reaches beyond you, it becomes a river. A river that renews, that flows, and gives. Purpose beyond yourself heals you. It gives meaning to your life. It carries you through storms. And your soul didn't come here to play small. It came to master the thing that you thought would break you. So step closer to it. It's not danger. It's your home. For me, the clues were always there. As a child, I spent a lot of time alone. It wasn't a typical childhood. I moved from house to house. I lived with my grandparents for a while. I lived with my aunt and cousins. So there was a lot of change, but also a lot of observation. Very early on, I started writing. First in my diary. There I poured my thoughts, my dreams, my pain, my questions, and I never really stopped. Words became my way of understanding life, of processing all my thoughts, of connecting with others. And now, looking back, it's clear to me that already then My social and linguistic intelligence was being formed, that my empathy was being born, that all my life was pointing me toward healing. Through thoughts, through writing, through meaning, and through connection. And I think this happens to many of us. The signs are there early. We just don't know how to read them yet. I also learned that engagement matters so much. When you are deeply engaged in what you do, you learn faster. You show up willingly. It becomes your voluntary sacrifice. I saw this clearly when learning the language of my roots, which is Montenegrin or Serbian Montenegrin as they call it. It wasn't about learning a language. It was about belonging, identity, and returning home. So I didn't have to force myself, push myself in any way. I was simply drawn to it. And because I cared, I learned faster than with any other language, which means that my engagement became my compass, which brings me to something very practical. As we grow older, time becomes precious. And I truly believe we should make a list of what we love and what we hate, and then choose more of what we love. Please remember, you are unique. You have qualities that distinguish you. Every person is unique from the moment they are born, and there is no one else like you on this planet. So, what kind of intelligence do you carry? Howard Gardner spoke about different forms of intelligence: linguistic, social, emotional, creative. Not all intelligence looks academic. And Robert Greene adds one more thing I love. Follow what still sparks your childlike curiosity. Not what impresses others, not what sounds good on paper, what still makes you lean in. Now I want to leave you with a few gentle questions. What made you get out of bed this morning? And what made you smile yesterday? What did you do out of obligation? And what did you do because you wanted to? When people think of time spent with you, what do you want them to remember? And I also want you to hear this. Your purpose doesn't have to be massive. It doesn't have to be public. It doesn't have to be approved by anyone else. It can be ordinary and still deeply meaningful. So protect it, set boundaries around it, and allow it to change. The purpose you have today doesn't have to be the purpose you carry forever. And I want to add this. You are allowed to change your purpose. You are allowed to evolve it. What feels true to you today doesn't have to imprison you tomorrow, because your purpose isn't a contract. Your purpose is a living relationship with who you are becoming. And timing doesn't disqualify its meaning. And if you're thinking it's too late, it's not. Many people found their true calling later in life. J.K. Rowling was over 40 when her life changed. Others stepped into their real work after decades of searching. So timing doesn't disqualify meaning. If you feel like sharing, I'd love to know what makes you get out of bed in the morning. What feels meaningful to you right now? Please leave a comment below and share it with anyone who might need it today. Thank you very much for staying with me, for listening, and see you next time.